Very awkward.
Yeah, we always just like...
to do it.
Hey bros, where's Sesame Girl? Sharpers is up for this next banger.
Maybe that's why they
Good on
played again.
I'm still waiting on you, wasting all my good years. Gotta keep the space clear so I can hide you.
Hi, we're Grace.
And we're here today for episode 4 of Getting Wasted on You, presented by Heaps Normal, where we chat shit and get some hot tips from your favourite bands on everything music, gig culture, and of course how to not get wasted on someone. Today we are here with Sesame Girl.
Hello.
Yay. Introduce yourselves. We have 2 out of 4 Sesame Girl.
I'm Heather.
I'm Josh.
And we're Sesame Girl.
That's correct.
And who are the other members of Sesame Girl?
Angus and Blake.
You guys just came off some shows from a huge tour that you're doing at the moment with Maya. How is that going? Tell us some...
Oh my god.
Are there any little fun tour stories so far that you can share with us about your time on the road?
Has anything funny happened?
Yeah, literally so many funny things have happened. Heather
I don't remember any.
Heather found an eyelash curler in Hungry Jack's at like 2 a.m, and there was still people. This was after the first night, and there was kids lining up to get in for the second night at 2 a.m.
Oh my god.
So we came out of Hungry Jack's and we were talking with them, and then they like all started obsessing over this like eyelash curler that Heather found. And then we signed one of their vapes. And then we signed one of their shoes, and like anything that they could get signed, they were like, oh, you know, like sign my phone, sign my phone case. It was absolutely nuts. They're just like such really like wholesome fans.
Yeah.
But everything is so funny. It's just like alien to me that people would line up for a gig that early.
They're just so awesome and so passionate. They're so happy, you know, like they're so excited. We were standing in the side stage waiting to go on, and they were like, Sesame, Sesame, like chanting,
crazy.
and we were like, I was
Yeah.
like pooped or something.
You guys released your most recent EP in December of last year, Lucky Charms. Do you guys have any superstitions or rituals for luck around shows? Any little traditions you have?
I like to put my crystals out on the full moon and charge them, and I wash each crystal in like a little
Moon water.
yeah, like in the water, and then I with each like one, because they have the different properties. Each one I'll like think of a different thing and I'll say it, and then after I finish doing that I'll like write in my journal. I haven't done it in a few months because I feel like I haven't needed to manifest anything.
So
Because I know I saw on your Instagram you were practicing hard to fight the shit set rumors. Now, we've seen you guys play so much. The sound is always awesome. How has it been implementing, presumably a backing track and going digital? Has that been a big jump for you? Has there been anything small or quirky that's come up that you didn't expect to have to adjust to?
Yeah, nah, it just like, I think the first time we played with tracks, it wasn't like jolting or anything, except that maybe like a few songs were a bit faster than how we normally play it, but just like immediately we're like, wow, like that's so much better, so much easier. Like we're not worried about keeping time because it's just like, yeah. I think it really, really improved our live set. Like last night, that was the best set we've ever done. I mean, we have been for so long, but it's good that, you know, like we've improved.
Yeah. It was funny to like talk about what we wanted in the tracks and stuff. Just like figuring out how loud things need to be in like relative volume to each other. And yeah, it was funny to just like figure that out. But
I think we
it's fun.
finally did beat the shit set allegations.
Yeah, I think we finally beat the shit set allegations.
Last night, yeah. Officially, we'd like to announce to everyone that they've been beaten.
I'm going to segue to another deep cut from 2021. In an interview that you guys did with Power Raps for your song that you released at the time, and Heather, you said these days you exclusively listen to Doja Cat. What is your current favourite Doja Cat song?
with Doja Cat, all of them are bangers. Like, you know, don't make me choose my favorite, but
I'll choose a favorite
I
child.
mean, it probably hasn't changed since you wrote that, right? You know, like just that same album.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think, you know, the pink, I think it's called Hot Pink, yeah. I think that album is just so good. And then it's kind of crazy that Doja has been saying like, oh, you know, like you were crying for mediocre pop music and you fell for it. It's like if Doja thinks that is mediocre, like what fucking hope do the rest of us have? That's one of the best albums of all time, I reckon. So yeah, big Doja fan, always will be.
Does Doja Cat influence Sesame Girl at all? Do you think? Do you ever ride a bar and go, damn, that's Doja?
I could be Doja Cat.
I think we get influences and inspiration from a lot of different places, but it's hard to think about something specific. I can't think of a moment where I've been like, yeah, you know, that was Doja fired, you know.
That was Doja pilled.
That was Doja pilled, guys.
Kind of a good segue because we obviously have this common theme amongst one of our songs, and we've got Pretty Boy. You guys have boys. So my question is if it is thoughts on men? Question mark.
I guess, you know, you can't live with them and you can't live with and you can live without them. I think I was just thinking the other day, like we were driving and I was doing my eyeliner in the mirror and you could tell that Blake was like driving very carefully and like being very slow and like braking gently, and I was thinking about like in my life how boys that I'd known would have like, you know, like slammed on the brakes as a joke kind of thing. And I was thinking like, wow, yeah, like I really lucked out, you know, having such great bandmates and also close friends and a partner. So I think, yeah, I don't find it hard to be with all boys at all. I think we've broken that barrier, you know. I don't think, you know, we're very comfortable with each other and we don't really have anything that we wouldn't say to each other, I guess, and that's good and bad. But yeah.
Yeah, like a little family at the end of the day. I feel like we always say that we very much feel like family, and I feel like that's the best thing to have in bandmates, to like be able to, you have to kind of trust them with your life sometimes.
You will want to
especially-
kill them. But
Yes, but also trust them with your life.
yeah.
The boys, I think, like, because you guys met on Facebook, right? You were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emily and Alex were pulled from the depths of Facebook.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and then like the boys came from Facebook as well. They crawled out the computer.
Man, I feel like that's a hot tip for anyone wanting to start a band. Just go to Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, you really have to. I mean, I guess it depends, but you really have to weed out a lot of people who are wanting to be in your band.
Advocating for supportive and inclusive gig culture. I'm wondering if you guys can like ever think of a time at a gig or maybe an environment around music where you were like, wow, this is just a really beautiful space and I want to stay here forever. This is great.
Yeah, literally every Maya show.
Oh, really?
Literally. Yeah, like the kids are so fucking sweet. They're so awesome. And like, you know, like we'll come off stage and, you know, we're just playing at like 7:30 and the whole thing's full and they've all been lining up since, you know, 7 a.m. And then like, you know, we're the first support band, we've never been to Perth, we've never been to Adelaide, none of them really know who we are. And then they come out and they're like, oh my God, like you're so good, and they want to take photos and like they want to talk to us. And they're all so sweet, and especially like the underage, like the all ages show that we did so far, they were so awesome, and they were just like, oh, you know, like, can you sign my flag? And they've got all their like pride flags, and it's so special. And they just like, you know, like seeing Maya in themselves. It's like the most beautiful crowd in the whole world.
Yeah.
Enough said.
They're so
bang
awesome.
on.
I mean, on that same vein, like it's these crowds, they are inspired by you guys, and that's super special to not only be able to be up there and play, but also for someone to tell you you're an inspiration to me. So if you could give budding musicians, and even if you turn back the clock and tell yourselves something when you first started, is there a piece of advice you'd give that you reckon people should take on or should hear that they don't hear often?
I think that getting enough money together to go to a producer early, I think people don't really talk about that, but I think that is super vital, because when you start your band and you think that you know everything, like there's so many things that a producer can teach you, you know, like Fletcher basically taught us how to write a song properly. And he's like, okay, why don't we just like take this part out? And we're like, oh yeah. And then like from that experience of Fletcher, like, you know, like taking our songs and dissecting it and helping us to like come up with new ideas, that obviously like changed the way that I write from there on. And so having that experience made me a better songwriter, like having the knowledge that he gave us. So I think that it's really important to have like someone just teach you a few things that you don't know, and also have like an outsider listen, you know, to your songs and give you advice. So yeah, that would be my advice to anyone and to me.
Well, I guess our final question, because we want to know where Sesame is at. We want to be in the loop. Do you guys have any little things you can tell us about what's in store for Sesame Girl for the rest of 2023?
On the 30th of August, we have a new song coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do something crazy.
It's cool. It's cool.
This is
Oh my god, do anything this one.
Into this camera.
That's the artwork. I don't know if by the time this comes out it will be out, but this is the album artwork for it.
Oh my god.
Heather made it.
yeah, I needed it.
That is
so
beautiful.
sick.
That's so awesome.
So that's
That's
yeah.
coming out on the 30th of August.
Yeah.
We got the first scoop.
Yeah,
You
this
guys
is
won't
good.
know this until too late.
That's good.
That's so exciting.
Yeah,
That's huge. And
so
the artwork
exciting.
is so incredible.
I just want to listen to the song after seeing
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
artwork.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean-
have you guys played it live? I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I know which
We can
one
play it
is.
for you after if you want.
Fuck, oh. Sorry everyone at home, you
Not
won't
for
get that.
you, just for us.
Yeah.
Yes, you've been bad.
Yeah, I'm always down
Lump
for
of
new
coal.
Sesame Girl.
Hashtag
yeah.
we want Sesame.
Yeah.
Big things coming.
Mama's cooking. Mama is cooking.
Well, on that note, when are you guys playing your next show? You're on tour right now with Mayor. When's the next show?
Thursday,
Thursday.
Melbourne, 170 Russell.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you guys are playing with
Teenage Dads
Teenage Dads.
on Saturday in Canberra.
So yeah, if you can't catch Sesame Girl on tour with Mayor, you'll catch them with Teenage Dads in Canberra. Thank you, Sesame Girl, for joining us, and thank you to Heaps.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Heaps